For these two chapters, we have to use the R constant 8.314 and the other one, was it 0.0216 or point 0.0821?
206, yeah.
This
121, yeah.
star.
Mm-hmm.
So I get confused when to use
Which one?
which R, yeah.
Okay.
So do you have like a way to memorize?
Yeah, well, what are the units on each of them?
8.314 is joules over moles times Kelvin. I know. 0.0821, I don't know the units. Yeah. So.
Okay, well that's fine. So tell me again, what was the first R value you were just referring to?
8.314. And that's joules over moles times Kelvin.
Good. Okay, and then the other one was what?
0.0821, is it?
Yeah. So, 0.08206. Ooh, I just had a brain fart. I think it's... No. Oh, crap. Now I just mix it up with a bunch of other things. I wonder if it's not... doesn't have units in the calculator. Honey, can I use your computer?
Yes.
Sorry to ruin your Pinterest moment.
I was interesting for like 2 seconds. I was doing other things too.
I don't believe you.
What?
It's like a
There it is.
Mormon
Look at
wars.
this. See this? Look at that. I'm doing other things.
Periodic table stuff?
No, it's the school calendars.
Oh.
I'm just figuring out like hours I'd have to work in the fall for my externship.
Oh, okay. There it is. So, the units are the best way to remember. And you could, really the best way to tie it is this. You notice that mole and Kelvin are similar here, right?
Yeah.
The only difference is here and here. You notice this deals with volume and pressure. This deals with joules, so you could almost think of it as the difference in, well, because these are technically forms of energy, but joules, and we usually think of like, heat, This we usually deal with like changing in volume, all that kind of stuff. So if you remember, PV, nRT, PV equals nRT, and also like delta G's or delta H's, delta S's. You notice that this R here would be using this one because this is the universal gas law.
Mm-hmm.
When you're dealing with this kind of stuff, you can remember possibly...
There's just heat. Well, enthalpy is heat. So is that...
Well, these, what are their units usually? Well, they're in joules, right? They're always in joules or kilojoules, right? So there's like the delta G equals negative nRT. Oh wait, no, it's not that. Is it? No.
It's something.
Oh crap.
have
No,
it
no, no,
right
no,
here.
no, 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 no. Negative R ln RT.
Negative RT ln of K.
Yeah, there it is. Man, I can't believe I already forgot that. That was last chapter, Even as your tutor, I just kind of pushed that to the side. Forget about it. Negative RT ln of K. Okay, what would this R then be? Well, we're dealing with the delta G, right? So your best hint would be that, yeah, so we'd use this one. So the best hint that I would give is whenever you're dealing with like gases and like all that kind of stuff, you deal with usually this one. And whenever you're dealing with everything else, it's mostly this.
What about
But
the KC one, like KC equals KP?
oh, right.
Something.
KP equals KC times RT
to the triangle of T.
This one would be this one. And what would give you that hint? what we're dealing with.
Oh, pressure.
Pressures. Now, I think that should be it. We better double check that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's that one. Okay, thank you, hon.
You're welcome.
You use this one.
Okay. I think aren't those two like the main equations that we've used? There's something else, right?
Well, there was more in chapter 13 of this stuff.
Yeah, but not like the 14. I think that was it.
I mean, because you had like, yeah. ln of k equals,
Oh, no, that's like 12. That's like a dark time in my life.
is that the dark time in your life?
Yeah.
Because I know there was this one too.
I think that was like 13.
It's kind of the same idea.
Mm-hmm. I never wrote it that way,
Or
but yeah, I
no,
think that was like
it wasn't
13 or
that. It was
12.
like, I think it was something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, but-
So these are values. I could have made that up. Like that. Those R values would have been that one, because you notice the delta G and the delta H. You're using joules as your units. So,
Okay.
and that's that. It's pretty simple. So that one, just remember, difference is joules and liter atmospheres
Yeah.
between these two.
I remember in 105 I never put units, so I'm gonna have to memorize.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I could
sometimes
get away with it in 105
you
though.
can get away with it in this class too, depending on how your teacher, I guess.
Well, with the write-on, he's very particular with units.
Oh, he is.
So I get the right answer, but I'm not really good with units except for like at the very end. So he marks off. So that's why I wanted to make sure like I knew exactly.
That's
what it
crazy.
is.
He's that particular about it, huh?
He has a thing for units, and when you have formulas like the little negative or positive sign, like that's this like huge thing. So that's why I'm learning it. Okay.